Hello again, it's Jackie here with part 2 of how I make my toilet paper roll minis. I've put the paper on 9 of the sides and I've got one left to do, so I'm going to do that now. I told you before I used glue stick and that seems to be working quite well. Just make sure you get it right into the corners. And I use a brayer, a plastic brayer, to roll it just to make sure everything's stuck. And the next part is where you have to decide about pockets. If you're using these extensions, you need to think about the pockets before you put those on. So I'm going to have pockets on page 3, 5, 8 and 10, and they're pockets that sort of interfere with, or that this interferes with. So we do those first. So pocket on page 3 is going to be this one, and it's going to fit on here like so. So I've cut a piece of pattern paper at 1 5/8 that way by 3 11/16 that way. I then score at 1/2 inch in on each side so that it fits across widthwise, and as you can see I've punched a cardstock strip and attached that to the inside of the pocket. The flaps here, I've just sloped the tops in slightly. It just gives us a little better finish when you're attaching these pockets, and I'm going to use score tape to do these. So let's do that one. I haven't done any flaps this end because this is all going to be enclosed with the strip. Okay, so my next pocket is going to be on page 5 and it's going to be a lengthwise one, and I've just chosen to do a straightforward plain pocket that time. So the piece of paper I've measured is 5 1/8, so an inch bit bigger, an inch longer than my pocket, scored in at 1/2 inch on each side, and at 1 1/2 inches this way, with a 1/2 inch score along the bottom to give me 3 flaps this time because I need a bottom one on this. I've then taken the corners out and just done slight diagonal on those so that everything fits together nicely, and put score tape on the back. I'm just going to take the score tape off the end ones, fold that up, that way anything that you put in it will slide in nicely, and take the score tape off here, and then that should fit quite nicely on here. I've inked all the edges as well with the Black Soot Distress ink, and that's that pocket there, and you can see that anything would slide in. And my next pocket is going to be on page 8, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and again I'm going to put it on the end that will have the extension on. This time I've shaped the pocket. I could have used a Spellbinders die for this, but I quite often just make my own template, so I cut a scrap of paper the same width, fold it in half, cut the shape I wanted, traced it on there and just cut round. and later on when I decorate the book I can use the Spellbinders Labels dies to echo that, which will look quite nice. That one's going on there. That's that one. And then on the last page that I've just done, just bending slightly with the glue, and this time I'm going to put another lengthwise pocket, and I've trimmed it with a strip of the punched out cardstock. It's cut to the same size as the other lengthwise pocket. There we are. And now we've done that, we can attach these